Hello everyone, welcome to another video lesson in MAD121. And for today's video lesson, we are going to discuss the integration of cards component in React Native. Okay, to start in integrating cards in our project, so I am still using our Expo demo file, which we use in our previous video lessons. As you can see here, as displayed on our screen, I created a different file which called the contact list file. And what I want this file to do is I want it to rendered a list of data, an array of data on the screen dynamically. So, as you can see on the other side of the screen, ito yung gusto kong mangyayari sa contact list, in which I will be dynamically rendering images and other data and icons on our project. So, once you created a simple React syntax for your contact list, I want to call the contact list TSX into my homepage so that every time I click my homepage navigation or contact navigation, it will render the contact list.tsx. So here in my homepage, I imported my contact list and I called it here in line 11 so that it will be rendered every time I visited my homepage. Okay, so yun lang yung dapat natin i-configure sa homepage.tsx. And here in our import line, of course, we have the React dependency. And then ito yung mga other components that we need. We need the image component, scroll view, style sheet, text, touchable opacity view from React Native, and of course our icon, which is the font awesome from this dependency. Now, next is inside our cons contact list component. I declared an array of data, which is stored in a variable contact data. And these are my values for that array. So whatever you're seeing here in our cons contact data, ito yung equivalent value niya in our app. So as you can see, we have the image, the anak whose name, number, work, and yung icons natin. Okay, so I have 8 values in our contact data array. And yun na nga, I want to render these values to my cards. So I have name, number, relation, and image. Take note, the image here is a link from online source. You can either use this method or you can just import your own images in your project file. So once you declared a certain array of data like this one, next thing that you're going to do is proceed ka sa return statement of your contact list project or file. And then the first component that we're going to use is the scroll view component. Okay, the purpose of the scroll view component is that I want my contact list file to be scrollable, since we will be rendering a number of data. So as you can see, I can scroll up and down. So yun yung purpose ng scrollable natin. And I also add a style in my scroll view component, which is ang container. So the container style, we have flex1, and I set the background color to white smoke. After the scroll view, next we're going to put naman another component, which is the view component. So basically, we're just putting another component for in which we're going to render our cards. And if we're the style of our second component is card container. So ito yung style niya. So we have the we actually set the flex direction of our card container to row so that yung mga data natin, array of data, will be aligned in row format. So as you can see sa screen natin, ito yung ginawa niya, nag-row siya, row alignment. And then we use flex wrap para hindi mag-overflow yung mga data natin or hindi siya one row lang. Kasi if I'm going to delete this one, observe what will happen to our code. I'm going to refresh it. As you can see, kapag wala yung wrap, ito yung mangyayari. Nag-overflow siya. Yan, nalampas yung cards natin. So it's very important so that it will be wrapped with the screen. The next, we have justify content so that may space ang mga cards. And then, naglagay din tayo ng padding around the container. So, if I'm going to change the background color of my container so that malaman natin kung asa man diri nga part ang card container nato. So, let's say I'm going to set this one to red. So, ito po yung card container natin. Ayan. It is the main container of our list of cards or render card. So let me remove the background color red and go back sa original design. Okay, so that is for the view component. Next naman, inside the parent component of our card, this is the type where we're going to render na the different data in our array. So to do that, we need to do the following. So type kayo ng open and close curly braces, which is the blue curly braces here. And then type nyo yung contact data.map. Contact data, ibig sabihin we are calling the variable of our array of data. And then followed by dot and then map method. So we're going to use map so that we can call all of the values in our array. And then we're going to add, after the map method is open and close parentheses. And inside the open and close parentheses, maglalagay tayo ng arrow function. So, ang arrow function, we have two. To do the arrow function, you put first open and close parentheses, arrow, and then another open and close parentheses. As you can see, yung violet na open and close parentheses, yan yung nilagay natin for our arrow function. And make sure na papagitnaan sila ng equal and arrow sign. So the first violet na open close parentheses, ito yung nilalagay natin. So we have 1 and 2 parameters, so the contact and index. Yung purpose na contact is that so that we can call, with the use of this parameter, we can call all of the values in our array, such as we can call the name, image, number, and relation. Yung index naman, yung purpose niya is to identify the index value of each data. So for example, the index the value of the first array of data, which is si Ana Cruz, let's say index 0. And the next naman, si Elsa is index 1. And then index 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. So yun yung purpose ni index. And then, inside our inside the view component, inside our map method, the second parenthesis after the arrow symbol is we added another view component. So as you can see in our view component inside the arrow function, meron tayong key property, and the value of that key property is yung index parameter in our map method. And then we added a style. So we set the card body for the view parameter. So let's go sa card body na style. So this is the style of our card body. So if we're going to change the background color into red so that we can check kung saan na sa ilaha ang background, ang card body. So ito po yung sa card body na style. So basically, this view here in line 31 and 48. So this is the component for each data that will be rendered from our contact data array. Okay, so in our card body we have the following style. Nagset tayo ng border radius. As you can see, soft yung edges niya. Yung border color, I also set it to gray para medyo light lang yung tone. And I also set the border width to 1 para hindi naman masyadong baga kaayo. We also add padding. And then I also add the margin bottom para hindi masyadong close the edge of our card. I also integrated the width of our card 48. Ang height is auto lang so that you can adjust depending on the layout of other elements or components. And of course, let me remove the background red kasi hindi naman siya included sa style natin. Okay. So inside the view component of our map method, so I added the following, yung image natin. And then sa image natin, we have the source property. And then since sa image, we're going to call the image in our contact data array. So to call it, you do the following. So source equal, make sure na if we're going to call an array of a value from array of data, ganito yung pag-call natin. So double open and close the curly braces. And then yung URI property, and then yung contact parameter followed by dot, and then image. So if we're going to delete the image and magta-type ako ng dot, as you can see, makikita natin yung mga list of array values sa contact data array natin. So mamili lang kayo dyan kung saan yung tatawagin ninyo. But here, we're going to choose image kasi yun yung i-render natin because we are looking for the image para sa card natin. And then ito yung style natin. We have the image style. So we set the width of our image, the height, and we also have the border radius para soft yung edges niya. And then after the image, I organize my code in which ang text nilagay ko sa isang view, and then ang icons or ang buttons nilagay ko rin sa isang view. So the component after the image, which is line 34 to 38, ang hinahandle niya is yung mga text components natin or text values. Okay, so the view in line 34 has the following style sa text container. In line 85, so I just set the margin top to 10 so that yung Elsa do is hindi masyadong close sa edge or close sa bottom ng image. And then inside my line 34 view, meron akong tatlong text to render the name of the contact, the number, and the relation. So same format lang sa contact.image. So you still use the contact parameter and then dot and then call the value from our array. So I call the name, number, and relation. And yung line 35 natin, the style of a name. So going back to our style. So ang ginawa ko dito, I just set the font size so that madali siyang makakatch yung attention. Kasi yun naman yung importante, yung name. And then I also set the font weight to bold. And as you can see sa example output natin, so iba talaga yung font style ni name compared sa other data. So yun ang sa line 34 to 38. It's just a text, the data that is rendered from the data array that we have declared. Then ang last naman na view component natin is just the icon buttons here in our output. So I use a touchable opacity component. So dalawa yan siya kasi dalawa yung button natin. Okay, the touchable opacity has the following style, which is yung sa button natin. So I set the border radius The 5 that actually hindi naman kailangan, ay sorry. Dapat pala wala na siyang border radius kasi wala naman akong nilagay na naka-transparent kasi yan siya. So, it doesn't matter. Hindi ko lang siya na-delete. And I also add padding around the button para hindi masyadong dikit. I also added the width and alignment to center para center yung button natin. So that is the style for our button. Okay, if I'm going to change the button or the background color for this one, for our button, malalaman natin kung which part of our output yung nilagyan na ng style. So if I'm going to put red in our background color, ito po yung button natin. Ayan. So this is the attachable opacity property of our button. So let me remove the background red color and let it go back to its original style. Okay, so yun ang attachable opacity. And we have line 41 and 44. We have the font awesome. So ito yung icons. Yan. So name is envelope O for the envelope icon. I also set the size and the color to black. Same lang din sa font awesome icon 44, line 44. Yung name niya is phone. Size 34, color is black. So it's up to you if you want to change the size and color of your icon, you can change it there. So once you implement all of the instructed syntax for our card, then you're good to go. And if you don't like the design of this example, you can actually customize it on your own. You can add other styles. It's up to you. So that's it, and how to integrate cards in React Native.